The purpose, the goal, and the underlying intention and motive for the program. When you get on the program, your intention should be using this as a catalyst for the development of self, to readily and speedily upgrade yourself at the highest level. And so what the program provides for you is the blueprint exactly needed to evolve every day and beyond your limit, to maximize yourself in all endeavors in your life to be the best version of you. And so the blueprint is very simple. Once you get on the program, you will also receive information which is in the community, which is exclusive to only community members that are on the program. And so when you join our program, we give you and provide you information on a variety of topics for you to upgrade your soul, to upgrade your psyche, to disintegrate the lower habits, to upgrade your highly habits, and to continue the process of refining those habits to reflect a higher quality individual. And so our goal is to cultivate the higher qualities of self, to wake up with the intention to cultivate the highest of qualities and then reflect this in our character and reflect this in our productivity levels that are going to produce the results that we want, to reflect this as who we are and who we are going to continuously become on this endless cycle of development. And my goal, what I do for you, is demonstrate how it should be done, how you execute this blueprint at the highest level. We pick a wake-up time we never fucking miss. 3 a.m. is my wake-up time, anything before 5 a.m., and you never fucking miss. You discipline your mind to do what the fuck you want, when the fuck you want to do it, and through that, you are cultivating a higher quality called discipline. Through that, you are creating higher qualities, and not only that, you are creating an intention to outgrow the former self, the former version of you. You are creating intentions within yourself to become more in surplus as a fucking individual. And so once we master the early ass fucking wake up, well, now it's the everyday workout. And so every day you're going to hit the fucking gym. The moment you get on the program, it's already locked in. You're never going to miss a fucking day. And through that, you're going to cultivate such a ferocious level of willpower that you're going to be able to channel in any endeavor to out readily and basically be better than you would be if you were not at that such a high level of executionary discipline. The former version of you would not outwork the version of you that works out every fucking day, especially when you wake up with that intention. The moment you hit that button, alarms, clocks fucking off, you're up, you're ready. The moment you hit that button and you're ready to go and conquer the day, that version of you, no one's outworking that version of you. And so that version of you is going to conquer any fucking endeavor in that ceases to exist in your fucking life. And so that is the goal of the workout. Most people have the underlying intention to extract dopamine. It's a hobby, which it could be looked at as a hobby. I mean, we do it every fucking day. But the purpose is strictly to cultivate that willpower to earnestly earn that gratitude through the workout, through the work ethic, and then to cultivate the higher qualities that come with challenging ourselves and outgrowing ourselves and conquering resistance. You know, the individual who cannot see the depth, cannot see with depth, the materialistic individual who can only see materially, doesn't really see the internal qualities reflected in the activities that are in constant pursuit. If you look at someone working out and you think, oh, he's only lifting heavy circles, but you look at his eyes, you look into his eyes and you see his soul conquering the resistance of his life that is projected onto the weight in front of him as he decimates and conquers that weight like it's every problem in his life, and then he leaves that gym with so much resistance conquered that the resistance in his life is left unfazed. He is unfazed by the resistance in his life because he has conquered it by projecting it onto the weight and using that physical resistance as a growth mechanism to instill more power, more concentration, and more amplifications of self to amplify his mind, his self, to upgrade himself by conquering the resistance, by projecting that onto the weight. And so it's as you are, not as it is, and as you are is subjective to you. It's not objective, to everyone else. It's subjective to the way you feel and how you think and the way you project your internal states onto the things that you are actively pursuing. And so our intention is to go in and project our resistances onto the weight and then conquer the weight like it's our problems, and then leave with such a stillness that the problems in our life no longer cease to bother us. We are unfazed, we are stoic, and we demand the stillness that we have penetrated through the conquering of the weight to impact our lives at such a level nothing is going to faze us. And the moment you cultivate that, you can now conquer every single resistance in your life. Because you have to understand that lifting weights is discipline. It's the highest level of discipline. That's why people fail to do it every day. And the moment you master that, any form of resistance is going to be easily conquered and simply conquered, because you are conquering yourself every day through physical resistance. And through that, you cultivate this level of conquering resistance that can be used on anything in specific in your life. And so once you master that, well, the next level in the program is the work of self, the development of self, the learning and the finding out of the whys. Most of you are addicted to porn and you want to quit, but you don't know why. So you continue this process of failing yourself because you haven't found out why you're doing it. When you find out why, you can now cut it and snip it from the root. And so when you join the self-development community, you can join as a free member if you are not on the program. You will see that we have provided the materials for you to look at, the information for you to format your mind, to use your brain to fill it with positive information to figure out the whys. And so most of you guys don't eat bullshit, but you feed your mind shit. You doom scroll, you watch porn, and you play video game, and you do all this shit. You feed your mind shit. But the moment you could actually reflect on how shit your mind really is, and that you could actually look at yourself and say, fuck, I need to feed my mind more truth. I need to feed my mind more information to be better as an individual. I need to feed my mind something that's going to actually fucking benefit me, instead of make me a worse, lesser individual, to make me a lesser man than the man who does not watch porn every fucking day, to make me more of a better person is the fucking goal. So the information in the community, that is the goal, for you to integrate higher quality information into your brain and then apply this at a high level to actually bring forth a higher version of self. The only difference between you and the higher people of society, the only difference between the 99% and the 1% is what the fuck the 1% know and the 99% don't know, and what the fuck the 99% don't apply and what the fuck the 1% applies. Is that fucking simple? That is the only distinguishment. Everyone is born on an equal fucking battleground, but only the people who can use their brain at a high level will actually rise and not sit there and fall to their own temptations. And when you use that information to better yourself, when you actually pull out a notebook and you actually start to write down and you actually start to reflect on yourself and you actually choose to be a better character through time instead of a low-level piece of shit, disintegrating, decaying bitch, you will see that you will create a gap so fucking big between who you were and who you are and where you're going on the trajectory and who you're becoming. And so the goal of the community is to feed you information that is needed to compound your development. And so with all these three things, you will see that you are literally elevating and evolving your mind, especially at such a rapid pace, because everything is so simplified. You get on the program, you have everything. Now it's up to you to apply and to build what you need to build to become a higher quality of self. We can give you the materials for the construction side. We can give you the blueprint to construct. But if you're not willing to put in the work, it's all going to go to shit. And so it's up to you as the individual to choose if you are going to be that higher version of self and build that higher quality version of self and use that higher quality version of self to get what you want and demand what you want out of life. Or stay the same low-level version of you and stagnate in those lower qualities that will keep you rotten from the inside out. And when you get on the program, you will also have weekly calls with me every Sunday. When you get in the program, we will talk one-on-one on how we can better yourself. We will look at the community center, and we will look at the information that you need, especially for you, and we will apply diligently and effectively to the growth of your character. And so our goal is the continuous evolving in the, infinite cycle of just continuously evolving and elevating as an individual to upgrade to a higher quality thing instead of die a bitch. And so every day we wake up with the intention to do that. And when you get on the program, we give you the blueprint, we give you the materials, and it's up to you to put in the work. And this is strictly for the souls who cannot die less. These are strictly for the people who wake up and say, why the fuck am I rotting in some shit that I hate? Why do I do something I hate every day? Most people, they block it and then they numb it with the substances. What we do is we confront it, and then we actually disintegrate it and then create something better for ourselves instead of stagnating and decaying in these lower qualities that emanate from self, and then keep you stuck in this cycle of being a low-level piece of shit bitch that you hate being. And so if you don't hate the things that, keep you at a low level, you will stagnate in these things, and you will hate yourself and project that onto things that don't need it. And so what you need to do is confront the things that you hate, and the things that you hate, use that hate to actually disintegrate those things instead of numb it through the substances. And so what we do on the program is we disintegrate the lower qualities, we amplify the higher qualities, and then we upgrade every fucking day, and we pursue the habits that are going to keep us at a high level every fucking day. It's that fucking simple. And if you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. It's that fucking simple. Every day we choose to be better instead of less. And most people will never get to that level of actually having the opportunity to do that in the first place, because they're so committed to staying low level. They are so committed to staying addicted. They are so committed to staying so mediocre that when they get into the environment, it ruminates with mediocrity, and we have to be aware of that. And so our goal is to upgrade every fucking day, integrate the information in the community, and then apply it to ourselves to construct a higher quality thing, which is ourself. Most people, they dwindle and fade, and they don't actually grow in fucking life. But if everything expands, if the universe never fucking stops expanding, then what the fuck? Why the fuck are you so special? Why the fuck do you get to stagnate in these lower qualities and be a low quality bitch your entire fucking life? It's very simple. The instructions are very simple. You have the instructions, you have the materials to construct what the fuck you need to construct. And so we are going to continuously demonstrate what the fuck you need to become by never missing a 3 a.m. wake up. We are going to demonstrate what the fuck they're not by every day hitting the fucking workout. And every day we're going to wake up, and we're going to put our time and energy into things that actually amplify us and create a higher quality thing through the space and time continuum. And we are waking up with the intention to cultivate the higher qualities that will reflect in higher quality production levels to produce higher quality things. We're not waking up with the intention to go gym. No, we're waking up with the intention to cultivate the internal qualities that is reflected in the action that we must act upon, and we must pursue to cultivate these higher things and culminate a higher degree of willpower, to culminate a higher degree of conquering resistance, to conquer resistance with no effort at all. We put in so much pain that any work that you put in front of us is easily decimated and is shitted on. You have to create a gap so fucking big between who you are and who you're going to be. And if you're not going to take that action, well, you're never going to actually create that gap. You're going to remain the same low level, stagnant piece of shit, garbage of a human until you fucking die. And everyone's going to forget who the fuck you were 2 weeks after you died, because you didn't put in no pain to show them that this individual is so valuable. He's going to leave a mark on your fucking consciousness. Most of you guys don't compound and accumulate value through the space and time continuum. You guys don't care enough about yourselves. You guys don't amplify. You guys don't increase. Our entire goal is to increase as a formidable fucking savage by pursuing the habits that will ensure that we grow as individuals. It's that fucking simple.